Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight I've got a video that I've been holding for a little while in the Iowa. And the funny thing is, this one isn't about raw damage. It's just about having a teammate that works with you and, you know, all of the good things that come of it. Plus there's a couple things that I've learned recently from the developers that I want to pass along. First of which is your service cost does not change regardless of whether you live or die. So with that in mind, if you're losing the match and you're the last person on your team alive, I'm not saying suicide yourself, but go down swinging, man. Quit running away. You know? And I know what a lot of people will say, well, Spartan, don't you run away if you're the last person? Well, I run away, but I'm fighting the entire time usually. The only time you see me reverse to the edge of the map like that is if it's because I'm literally the only person, there's multiple ships pushing up on me, and I'm defending myself. I'm going to keep firing. My goal is to kill you. You know, I'm going down swinging one way or the other. I don't just hightail it to the corner and not shoot at anything. So that's one thing that I learned, and I just want to pass that on to you guys. So don't worry about dying, because the service cost of your ship is the same whether you live or die. Oh my god, hello New Mexico. What are you doing in a tier 7 match? It's fine. These are just 16-inch guns, I'm sure you're used to them. Right? Wait for it. Ooh, this could be juicy. Could be juicy. And there we go. First shot out, and we get a whopping 13,000 damage out of it. Now, I know what you're thinking already, but Spartan, why are you in reverse? Didn't you think about changing this whole strategy? Yes. Yes. But look at the size of the map. Okay, just like Estuary, Shards is not a very big map. But we're not going to stay reversing. We've stopped. I reversed initially to take advantage of the cross shots I had on the battleships on the other side of the map, namely that New Mexico. But now I've got multiple people encroaching on my position. We've got a couple Colorados that are pushing up, and so we're going to take full advantage of it. And the highlight of this video, I'm going to have to go with this cruiser player that's right here next to me in the York. This cruiser player is going to be absolutely fantastic for this match. He has all of the goods coming his way. And so, first of all, our destroyer player, not even playing. I don't know why, but our destroyer player doesn't even want to play. Their destroyer pops out. I had already been shooting at the Colorado, so I didn't get to take advantage of the Fletcher. But the Fletcher has fired his guns at our AFK Jervis. So even though the Jervis is not playing and is going to be killed, he's at least being bait for those torpedoes, which, you know, better him than me. And the Fletcher fired his guns at him, which means our York can sit there and beat the ever-living crap out of the Fletcher. And while that's going on, I'm shooting at the Colorados. And of course, you know, a Colorado giving me his broadside at this range should just be deleted. I've deleted him for far less. But unfortunately, it just doesn't quite work out that way. But, you know, the York is going to have to pull back. He's getting targeted, and he's got his torpedoes in the water versus this Colorado, and they look pretty freaking good. I don't know if this Colorado just, like, didn't think of... Oh, my God, that dispersion. That's going to be... Oh, yeah. That should have been a kill! But it doesn't matter because the torpedoes land, and he gets the kill. And again, this one is not about the amount of damage that I do in this match. It's about the amount of chaos that me and this York managed to just absolutely put a damper on. The enemy team was destined to throw themselves at us. And so we took everything they had and gave back more than they could handle. Now the Fletcher is not the best gunboat in the world. All right, I mean, it's a good gunboat, not so much on the torpedo department. So we finally get a shot on him, and he just gets absolutely wrecked. He disappears for the moment, but I'm charging towards him, and there he's respotted, and that should be good for the York to go ahead and finish him off. And there are the shots, and down. Oh, he lives Am I going to get the kill, guys? Come on, I'm about to be loaded. York has 210mm guns. And shot out. Oh, never mind. York manages to get the kill. A little bit of a miscommunication there. But again, we were talking by me talking to him. Now, I knew the torpedoes would be in the water, and so, you know, take one torpedo, don't worry about the rest. It's an American torpedo. They're short range for the... Oh, wait. What's that? What? Short range. I forget what I was just fighting. That was a Fletcher, right? Yeah, I think it was a Fletcher. And their Akatsuki goes down. Thank God I don't have to worry about that. So Fletcher does not have low-range torpedoes. They're 9.2 kilometers. They can definitely reach out and touch you. But this Colorado was waiting for me to come around the corner, but he actually screws up. He didn't hold his fire. He fires his gun straight into the rocks. I wait for him to come out, give me a little bit of an angle, and then my buddy in the York finishes him with all the torpedoes. Again, 1-2 punch. Battleship taking the focus, and then the York coming in and just cleaning house with torpedoes. It's a great teamwork, great team effort, great team play. This is the role that cruisers have. And I tell people this. Now, not all cruisers have torpedoes. Some cruisers, like the Americans, don't get torpedoes past Tier 5. And there's our first kill and our first Citadel, taking our damage up to 76,000. And we're not done yet. There's still a Tirpitz out there, there's an Atlanta out there, and a York out there. And so far, me and the York have literally taken, what, half of their team on. The Fletcher, 2 Colorados, and the New Mexicos. So 5 ships that we've been able to shoot at from where we were, and we have taken next to no damage between the two of us. So I emphasize, if you can just get one person on your team to work with you, it can make your life so much better. Now, obviously, they have divisions and you can platoon up. And I highly recommend, if you find somebody in a match, and especially if they're talking and they actually know what they're talking about, but even if they're not talking and you guys just happen to work together, you know, if you can talk to him and tell him what you're going to do and he can change what he's doing, you know, to help, pull him in. Say, hey, let's division up, man. Let's do this. That's what this game is all about. Meeting new people, getting out there, and having a blast. Yes, the game can be grindy. It's meant to be that way. Just like World of Tanks, they are grindy games. But the reward for being able to pull off some of the things that you pull off is just the better end of the bargain. And don't get me wrong, I get salty. You guys hear me. I love, you know, this game. I love World of Tanks. I get salty. That Atlanta looks, yeah, that hurt. That was some good dispersion, and that's why I love my American battleships, because you, not always, but you occasionally get that dispersion that just says, I swear to God, if I hit a Citadel, you're done. You're done, because you're going to have 3 or 4 shells hitting Citadels, and you're toast, because these things pack a wallop. And this York is going to unfortunately get away here. Are we going to be able to get... Come on. Nope, nope, just pull away. He's behind the mountain. I can't take the shot. We know the Tirpitz is on my right. Now watch what I do next. I'm looking at the Tirpitz. He's broadside on. No big deal. He's at 10.7 kilometers. We know that his torpedoes have 6-kilometer range. How do we know this? Because I have a Tirpitz, and this is one of those times where... And he immediately started turning, so he's coming towards me. What does that mean to anybody with brain? Anybody with a brain, what does it mean when a Tirpitz decides, alright, I'm going in? He's setting up a torpedo strike. You know what I'm going to do with my 900-foot torpedo magnet? I'm going to turn it the other direction. I'm going to start bow tanking towards the York, because I don't respect this Tirpitz at all to hurt me. Now, he could easily change my mind, but he fires at my York instead. And so we unleash all holy hell and break one of his front turrets completely. So that leaves him with just one turret in the front to fire at my York while he's coming in for torpedoes. But the problem with him is he's coming in for his torpedo strike, and he's going to forget about my cruiser's own torpedoes. And so we, knowing full well that this cruiser knows what he's doing, and know full well that that Tirpitz is going to have a rough day in a short amount of time, focus our efforts. Speaking of which, down he goes. We focus our efforts on the York. And I don't know if this little guy on our team in the destroyer knows who I am. I'm assuming he does. But we get all 3 guns away, and down goes the York. So, again, I just want to emphasize good team play. Sometimes. It's not always all about being the highest damage dealer or whatever. It's just about showing good teammates and having a good time. Because that's what this game is about. So, don't be afraid to jump in your cruiser. Look at this York. Overlord 19K. Top of the leaderboard. Gets his Kraken unleashed. And we helped him do it. Between the 2 of us, killing 7 out of the 9 enemies. Not bad. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.